There's a movie called The Sound of Freedom that a lot of people are trying to get canceled, fam. I did a video speaking on it prior, but you guys sent me another video to tell me the real reason why people don't want it to be seen. So let's check this out. It's from RK Outpost, man. I rock with him. You know what I mean? I'm a fan of his content, man. And hopefully you guys go and check him out if you haven't heard of him yet, man. I don't know how, man. Go over there. Go over there and check him out. So you can hear his stuff unpaused by me. All right, let's get into it. See what he got to say.
Sound of Freedom sent shockwaves through Hollywood and the mainstream media after its July 4th debut, where it took #1 at the box office, beating Indiana Jones in the Dial of Destiny.
That's beast.
And then it just kept going.
That's crazy. That's a huge accomplishment. Whoa.
In fact, now, after almost 2 weeks of release, Sound of Freedom in its second weekend at the box office actually had an increase. It was #2 at the box office this weekend, behind only Mission Impossible. And now it's sitting here at $85 million domestic, and it's just going to keep going. We'll pass $100 million at some point this week, and the sky is really the limit.
Fire.
It's already making a ton of money for Angel Studios at this point. But some people are still rooting for it to fail. Some people are still conspiring for it to fail for some reason. A movie about combating human trafficking, a movie about the horrors of child trafficking, is what the mainstream media, for some reason, is trying to shut down. We talked about it when it first happened. Human trafficking film Sound of Freedom trashed by liberal outlets as QAnon adjacent. And a lot of people wonder, if...
Like, why are they so afraid of this movie? I was wondering that. Why are they so afraid of this movie? Like, and I don't want to insinuate anything, right? I don't want to try to put anything on someone. It just sounds really odd and kind of unusual and strange that people be so mad and in an uproar over this movie. I really do not get it. I don't understand what's the issue or why people are so bothered, but who knows, man? Who knows?
If you want to be against Jim Caviezel, you have problems with the actor or the people behind making it, that's one thing. But with the actual content itself, there was nothing inherently political about it in any way, shape, or form. If you're speaking out against a movie that at its core is against child trafficking, then what are you really trying to say? Well, it looks like we may have found that out because Bloomberg decided to write this article. QAnon and Sound of Freedom both rely on tired Hollywood tropes. Sex trafficking movies routinely skip over some very important questions, which gives the conspiratorial right room to run wild. Another article trying to slam Sound of Freedom, trying to say it's just a conspiracy theory, that these things aren't really happening. Well, interestingly enough, the person who wrote this, Noah Berlatsky, has a little bit of a history, and this might be the reason that this...
So my phone is going crazy. But how is this just made up? It's based on true events, and stuff like this do happen all the time, fam. Just maybe not in a way that a lot of mainstream media might try to cover it. But in reality, if you were to look up the information, stuff like this does happen all the time. And it is based on true events from a real person. Right. So for them to say that sounds crazy.
Tweet is getting ratioed by Bloomberg sharing this article out there. 2,300 comments to 169 likes. We've talked about this. If you have a problem with a movie that's about combating child trafficking, you might have something to hide. And now look what we have here. The guy who wrote the article that they are linking. Here he is.
What? Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I saw the title of the article before he even said something.
This Noah Berlatsky. Here's some other things he's written before. Child sex workers' biggest threat? The police. Parents are tyrants. Parent is an oppressive class like rich people or white people. Pedophiles are essentially a stigmatized group. Certain people get designated as deviants and people hate them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, yeah. You know your name.
Crazy out here in these streets, fam.
Now, if you just thought this was a couple one-offs, maybe a couple really bad takes, things like that, Oh, it gets worse. Here's Andy No replying in this thread. This ratioed the hell out of him. The person who wrote this Bloomberg opinion piece is a leftist activist, Noah Berlatsky. He was the spokesperson for MAP, Minor Attracted Person Advocacy Group, a pedophile.
Yeah.
That'd have been crazy. I did it 2 times. I need to play it 5 times. Need to play the nasty song 5 times. That's disgusting. That shit straight nasty, fam. I don't know what's going on in this world, but foul and petty. Petty and foul. Nasty song for me. That was a nasty joke. All right, that was
Yeah. Yeah.
You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, yeah. You know your name.
that was in poor taste. Ain't that what they would say? The joke was a little dark. That was a dark joke.
Group. He previously tweeted that pedophiles are a stigmatized group designated as deviants for hateful purposes. He also called sex offender registries racist. What do we have here? Here's a couple other quotes.
What? Okay, so I guess this isn't even allegations. This explains the backlash, right? I guess. Oof. Now I see why you guys wanted me to react to this. This is pretty filthy. This is pretty filthy. You see, guys, keep sending me stuff, man. Don't hesitate to send me stuff, even if it's a little delayed and takes me a while. Fam, I'm going to react to it, especially if it piques my interest. This is nasty. And the best way to do that is via Discord.
It's from this guy. Young people of any gender who trade sex face arrest and abuse from police. No one is very interested in helping them. The issue isn't that people care about the victims. The issue is that pedos are loathed. You can't make this.
It's crazy. My man sound like Vosh. My man sound like Hunter Avalon out here. It's straight nasty.
Come on, son.
So, this guy's a little pedo activist. That's what this piece of shit is. He is the one that is writing Bloomberg articles shitting on Sound of Freedom. You cannot make this up. This is outlandish. Look at this guy. Just his face looks like he should be on a list of some kind, to be honest with you. And now look at what he's writing here. There's another article for Insider. My wife.
I don't want to judge his face. I don't want to go based off of his face, right? I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Right? But he just don't look good. I tell you that much. This look bad. This look horrible.
Is bisexual and non-binary. My daughter is transgender. My queer family helped me better understand myself and my masculinity. This dude is a degenerate fucking freak. There's no other way around it. And these are the type of people that are attacking Sound of Freedom, that are trying to tell you that child trafficking is just a conspiracy theory. Guys, you really shouldn't watch anything like that.
It's not conspiracy. It happens, right? Maybe not the way mainstream media would portray it, but it seems like this movie is pretty accurate. I would have to watch it, but also I'm not an expert, right? Just from what I've seen. For one, I tell you guys, I had a lot of experience in being in the group home. And then once I eventually got to a certain age, I started doing a lot of outreach for other kids that were homeless, because I was a kid that was homeless. And I got to meet a lot of different kids that went through a lot of craziness. Like a lot of stuff like from in this movie. Straight crazy.
A guy who's a literal pedo activist. He wrote this entire essay about the autonomy of child sex workers. He said that most child trafficking victims are not coerced. This is someone who's advocating abuse.
Disgusting. I don't know what's happening. We live in a nasty, nasty, sick world, bro.
Children, who's advocating child trafficking. Like, you cannot make this shit up. This is the type of person that the mainstream media is utilizing to try to combat Sound of Freedom. Guess what? It's not going to work. This thing is a massive success. And no amount of pedophiles that try to convince you that it's actually okay, that they're just a stigmatized group. No, this dude is a disgusting piece of human shit. Fuck him and fuck anybody that is trying to convince people that, oh, it's really not a big deal, guys. If you want to have criticisms about the movie itself in terms of the filmmaking, if you want to criticize about Jim,
that's crazy. that's so good. It's not a big deal, guys. Excuse me. Whoa.
Caviezel or people associated with it, I don't agree with you, but you're welcome to that opinion. But the idea that this is somehow inherently political or this conspiracy theory, that is bullshit. And the fact that you have pedos coming out in force to try to convince you to not see this movie tells you everything you need to know. Let me know your thoughts about all this in the comment section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell.
Yeah, this was crazy. This was straight insane, fam. Whoa. Nasty as heck, fam. Shout out to Arcade Outpost. Shout out to my loud neighbors that's banging stuff in the hallways as well. Just in case you heard them. But yeah, I think this is wild. I actually want to go see The Sound of Freedom now. I'm just not really into going to movie theaters and stuff. I would like it to be released on streaming. Then I would 100%, without a doubt, check it out immediately. Immediately, fam. But it sounds like someone's trying to hide something. I don't know the exact reasons why, but you guys can tell me what you think in the comment section. Check me out on Patreon as well as my channel memberships if you're able to sign up. And if not, don't worry about it. I have a Discord. Join. That way you can suggest topics for me to react to, fam. I want to react to a bunch of stuff, especially on this channel. Bunch of stuff that you guys suggest, fam. Get on the Discord. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram.